All right, welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill. We are continuing on with the King of the Hill match for today. I'm James Chen.
I'm Ultra David. Yep, that's right. It's Northern California versus Southern California. Of course, Northern California represented by KBrad, who's won this thing a few weeks in a row.
Yes.
And now is threatening to continue that. Brentt is cool from Southern California is trying to stop him.
That's right. So as you mentioned, KBrad been winning 3 in a row now, and not only just winning 3 in a row, but winning them pretty solidly as well.
Yeah, you know, and a couple of times it seemed like the opponent might start figuring things out, but each time KBrad makes the adjustment that he needs to. Look, this is somebody who just beat Daigo Umehara, one of the all-time legends in fighting games, at Capcom Cup this past weekend. So we're dealing with an extremely top-level player. But you know what? The way that Brentt beat Nasser was convincing enough that I believe that he's capable of anything. That was very strong. I really liked how he understood. He got a read on a lot of what Nasser was wanting to do, which is a big part of playing against him. But on top of that, I liked how he really broke it down and said, for example, like Nasser wasn't challenging or punishing Stan Roundhouse enough from Ken, and that allowed Brentt to open things up in a way that he wouldn't have otherwise. So he was paying attention enough to the strategy and mid-range of it to have his eye on all of that.
Right. Well, I mean, one of the things that we did, we mentioned was like Street Fighter is about telling stories, right? Telling your opponent, lies or bluffs or anything like that, and convincing them to do what you want them to do. I feel like KBrad is definitely one of the best at doing that, and so let's see how Brentt is going to react to that.
Right. So, KBrad. Well, I guess we'll talk about that in a bit. But of course, it's an invitational event. We do have Northern California versus Southern California here. KBrad trying to defend his title, having returned from last week. And first to 10. It's going to be a first to 10. Whoever wins 10 first will take the thing. And anybody can play any character they want. Beach and training stages are banned because they disrupt things a little bit. And the loser has the option to change character, although I don't expect that to happen here. So, you mentioned KBrad and his ability to understand or tell people stories. To me, one of the big successes of KBrad's style is that he doesn't need to get involved in that as much. He's playing enough patient, grounded games that he doesn't really need to. He has enough hit confirms. His reactions are strong enough that he can see a hit and go right into the special, while in a way that's not risky. So I feel like his success is in large part because he can sort of avoid some of the things that other people want to go through. Of course, ultimately, it can come down to whether you guess right when you're attacking your opponent or not, right? Or whether they're attacking you, like, of course, things like that. Right. Something that people have to deal with regardless of what the rest of their game is about. But I do think that he does a good job of just playing this sort of clean game that doesn't require a whole lot of risk.
Right. Yeah, and one thing is I do feel like Cammy does really well in this matchup. However, 900 health character against a character who can dish out damage like Ken can be dangerous. So any little mistake can cost a lot of life for Cammy. But you know what? Let's see how this is going to play out between the two players. You can see right there, Brentt defeated Nasser, and now he's going to be going up against KBrad. And this is going to be a pretty crazy match.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing how these two styles match up, and looking forward to seeing what they talk about. I did think that Brentt had a really quick understanding. I mean, he clearly came in to the Nasser match with an understanding of what he was looking for. So I feel like that's probably going to be the case here. But let's go over to James and see if he has any thoughts on that.
All right, I'm here once again with Brentt and, of course, with last week's champion, KBrad. So I talked to you a little bit earlier. You said you've practiced a little bit against Cammy. How do you feel the matchup does go, in your opinion?
I think on paper, Cammy wins. Not by a lot. I mean, this game is all about momentum and comebacks, and any character can make it happen at any time. But, I mean, if both players are playing patient and solid, I think Cammy slightly has the edge.
And you said that you just practiced a little bit against, Alex as well as Michael now, right? How do those matches usually go when you play against him?
Against Myers, this past weekend we went pretty even, but we haven't really played a lot in tournaments, so I don't really have stats like that for him. But against Mike, I mean, he plays Vega most of the time, but his Cammy's solid, and he really annoys me with the way he plays. And I think that's how you know you're learning, when you're really annoyed and, like, you can kind of deal with it. Yeah.
Well, how much have you actually studied KBrad's play?
Well, I've seen him play. Obviously, you've played Chris and at a couple tournaments, and he's played Julio as well, and he's done really well against them. So I know he's offensive, and I'm going to try to just have strong defense.
All right. Well, Mr. Kenneth Bradley, you are currently in 3 weeks. You started in the first block. We're in the second block here. Do you have every intention to just go all the way through and take this whole entire set of 4 weeks?
I'm not sure, man. It all, like, the beginning is always super scary because I'll lose or it'll be really close at the beginning, and it's always off of something crazy. I'm like, how am I giving away games like this? So, and Ken steals games a lot, you know. So it's like once he hit confirms into V trigger, then I'm like, all right, now what's the next guess? And then if I guess wrong, then I'm pretty much dead because I have 900 health. So I have 2 guesses. So I'm like, okay, this will go either way, but I think that 10 games, I should be able to figure it out. So hopefully I'll be able to get past this week. I can't even think of next week. I got to think of this week right here, you know.
All right. Well, how was your experience versus Ken? Do you get a chance to practice against a lot of different Kens?
Well, so I played Julio a lot before Capcom Cup because at first he was supposed to play Kazunoko, right? So that's what happened. And then the brackets changed. He had to play Yukadon. So I played to help him in the Kami match. And then just online and stuff like that. It's not necessarily about practicing a lot against Ken. It's about you have to just know once, like, just stay away from him. Don't let him hit confirm into V trigger. Just make sure he block, and then maybe you could take a throw. Maybe you can jump OS tech. You could do a couple of things, but I just can't get hit twice. If I get hit twice, then it's over.
All right, well, there you have it. We're going to see how this match is going to play out between these two players. Again, it is going to be a 1st to 10. Most likely going to be Ken Kami the entire way. Stick around, guys. We're going to start that match very soon. All right, welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill. I'm James Chen.
Hey, I'm Ultra David. Thanks for joining us again. We're going to have pretty shortly KBrad versus Brentt is cool. What do you think about the Ken Kami matchup? They briefly addressed it. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I honestly feel like it's a pretty even match. Because I just feel like Kami can control the neutral pretty well, and she just definitely has much better footsie tools than Ken has, right? But again, that's kind of overridden by the fact that she has low health and Ken can just, I mean, like, if you block one uppercut, she's dead. she's gonna lose a ton of damage. So
there's kind of a risky aspect to that. You have to go in, right? Everybody has to go in. The character Kami is about getting the frame traps up close. She's very good at that. She's very good at building gray damage and pressuring well. But yeah, you know, if Ken does guess right on his offense or on his defense, even if he has V-Trigger, you know, stocked up, his Dragon Punch can be hundreds of damage. Right? It can take off a third of her life. So I see that risk. But yeah, I think you're right that in the mid-range, I like a lot of Cammy's options.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting here because this could potentially KBrad's 4th week in a row, which is kind of funny because, I guess he counts as NorCal now. This rivalry, of course, has been going on for decades long. I
Yeah.
mean, since the beginning of time. Since
Two
the
and a
beginning
half
of Street,
decades.
yeah, 2.5 decades. Since Street Fighter 2 began, it was Tomo Ohira versus Thomas Osaki, back in Street Fighter
Who was
2
who?
days.
Who-
Tomo Ohira was SoCal.
Okay.
Thomas Osaki was NorCal.
Okay.
And these guys went up against each other. It has lasted forever. It went to the Wolf Brothers with Jason Nelson as well as being one of the strongest. Jason Cole up in NorCal and down
Yeah,
here.
he was NorCal.
Yeah,
Cole.
Jason Cole previously was NorCal.
Right, that's it, right.
And now, and then of course back then you had guys like Mike Watson, Jeff Schaefer.
This
you
is
had
SoCal.
this is all these great SoCal players, and I really honestly do feel like this rivalry is one of the reasons why California has been so strong. It's just because these guys, like, there's just no point in time you wanted to let the other half of California get better. Like it's always been a driving force.
Right.
We've always had these NorCal SoCal rivalries at all the Southern California regionals, at NorCal regionals. They always hold like this 3v3 or first
Sure.
5v5 or something like that, and it's so important. And it's really cool now because we are seeing this new crop of people doing, trying to defend the turf, right? So we
Yeah.
have Nasser, for example. Brentt is cool here this week, and then we had Sayu last week. Example, like it's these are a lot of these younger players, and they're really, to me, it's cool to see that they're carrying this forward. That this rivalry will never go away.
I know it was a big part of my background in fighting games too. I'm from Southern California, but I went to college up in Northern California. Okay. So I began playing fighting games in Northern California when I was at school. And there were people who thought that I was NorCal, that I was from NorCal. And when I later moved back down south and was representing Southern California at like some tournament, they thought that I had betrayed them. They were upset about it. But no. I even though I started playing in NorCal, I've always been SoCal. But there's always been that, the two sides of it for me because I learned how to play up there. I would come back down south and play in Family Fun Arcade or something. But that was a big part of things for me. So I've been able to watch this rivalry over the last 15 years from both Northern California sides and from Southern California sides, and it's still going strong. It's really cool to see.
It's cool. So from from firsthand, you've been able to see why SoCal is way better.
You got it, buddy. Yep.
No, I was kidding. But in any case, you know what? One of the things that we do here in SoCal is, of course, Ultra Chen TV. That is the two of us, as well as Tasty Steve and Sajam. We do that we stream all the time on our channel, but we stream every Tuesday night for the Tuesday show where we talk about stuff that's going on, talk about tournament results, analyze things, talk about the latest drama in the community and stuff. But we have a lot of content also on our YouTube channel as well, which is youtube.com/UltraChenTV. Lots of educational stuff there.
Yeah, check it out in just under 4 hours because we're going to be talking about Capcom Cup, which just happened the past weekend. We're gonna wrap that up for you.
That's right.
And if you're watching and you'd like to also play something, or I guess you can watch on them as well, you can check out monitors by Zowie by BenQ, brought to us by Addis. An important part of playing well is making sure that you don't have much lag on your monitor, and these are some great options for that.
Yeah, definitely. They are used consistently in all the tournaments now, so we know tournament tested, tournament approved.
You got it.
There you go. And of course, the winners of this tournament will get, provided they haven't already been a champion, will get a free Controller Chaos. And you too can also get a free Controller Chaos if you follow Controller Chaos on Twitter as well as ESL SF. Follow both of those and you will be given a chance to win these really, really nice controllers with customized artwork. Really beautiful stuff.
Alrighty, well, the players are ready to go. Let's head over to check them out. KBrad versus Brentt is cool. Again, Cammy versus Ken.
Yep, and of course, as you saw earlier, Brentt is cool on the left, and KBrad, who you've been seeing for the past 3 weeks, on the right. Ooh, nice Cammy color. I like the blue.
Oh yeah? She has a red hat at least, so I'll co-sign. I'll co-sign.
All right.
Good enough for me.
So once again, no particular character I feel has an advantage in this match. Both of them have the ability to just kind of run over the other one. Really, the big difference is just that Cammy has less life, so she just has to be a little bit more careful. But you can see already right now, KBrad with this great start. He's gotten a throw bait, gotten an actual throw, just gotten hit confirms, and he has not taken any damage yet.
This is such a strong way to start this set.
Oh
Jeez, is that a perfect? Not quite. Very close.
Oh.
Well, really nice shot by Brentt to see that was not a safe spot for Cammy to attack from afterward. Here's big frame advantage. Oh, got ahead of himself.
Try to get a little cute there, but KBrad had the throw in response, was able to punish that fake step kick. But, you know, that's actually a good sign, at least for Brentt, to have started that comeback in that round, you know, because if you had just gotten first round perfected, that would have been...
would have been tough.
Yeah. KBrad right now maintaining that offensive pressure. And it's interesting because KBrad is really, really good at playing patiently, but then when he gets in on you, his mix-up at close range is better than most Cammys.
Yeah, he has great understanding of when people like to press buttons, and like I said, reactions are a big part of this. He hit confirms. If he finds a hit, he doesn't need to take the risk. Oh, okay.
Okay, Brentt now getting his throw bait.
He's a hit away from doing this. That might be it, James. Yes.
He didn't even need the second uppercut. That jab uppercut was enough to take that round right there. And there you see right there the life differential between the two characters.
That's what we were talking about. Sure, Cammy might dominate the mid-range. She even might dominate pressure, but she cannot get hit.
Yep. So far, seeing pretty much what what I've expected out of this match here. Some super domination, great hit confirms from KBrad. Great rush down, and then got hit one time, and then that was it.
Well, Brentt kind of let Cammy get in there a little bit.
Ooh, yeah, that's probably not going to quite do it, but
very
so close. Yeah. Okay, so what did we talk about in that Nasser matchup? That Brentt blocked a lot, and I really just didn't feel like Nasser threw enough.
Okay.
And you see right here how that's changed drastically here. KBrad has gone for 2 pokes in the throw, 1 poke in the throw, no pokes in the throw. And that's really going to set the tone in this match. That's what's going to make it really hard for Brentt to stay calm on his wake up, on his defensive position. Oh, wow, and KBrad goes... Did you see how far he walked forward?
I did.
He just kept going and going and then stand medium punch.
That's gutsy stuff.
Oh, here we go. Big damage. Oh, jeez.
Again, Cammy can win many of these situations, but she can't get hit more than a couple of times.
Life just melted away there. I mean, she really is probably the closest thing to a glass cannon in this game right now.
Yeah.
You know, previous games, obviously, there's been Seth and Akuma. Of course, Akuma's coming back. But for now, in this version, Cammy is pretty much the closest thing to that
Nice work. Here's Brentt pressuring now. This is all going really well for him. But Cammy activating and a follow-up. Too far, though. Brentt's still playing so patiently well. She's very short.
Yeah, KBrad also sitting on a lot of meat. Oh, wow. Did you see that whiff meaty in the throw?
Such good patience by Brentt. He did not get... well, almost stunned. Very close. Okay, frame advantage. But buttons from Cammy? Buttons from KBrad?
Well, it was slightly delayed.
It was delayed, for sure. But still, Ken is, I think, +9 after that. He's very advantaged.
Maybe Brentt was trying to bait him into something, maybe walk forward back or something like that with a jab. Oh my god, let's just land with a crouching fierce.
I like how KBrad and other Cammys too have brought that more into their game as SF5 has evolved.
It's basically her version of the Karen stand roundhouse. You know, that's the button that I feel like Karen has an advantage over against Cammy, but if Cammy can utilize that crouch fierce well. Oh,
big damage available. Trigger and super. Will he spend? Yeah, just trigger. Super's still there.
Yeah. Oh, that's it right there. KBrad going up 2-0. Like I said as well, that KBrad has dominated most of these matches for the past month.
Yes.
You know, I asked him if he has plans to run this whole thing. You know, modestly said, I don't want to think ahead, but KBrad is definitely looking like he can make himself all the way through this one and into the third block as well.
Why not?
Okay, ooh.
In there. I really like this sequence. This is looking good, Brentt. KBrad finding his seam. Now he can pressure. The thing about KBrad too is that he's confident enough in the mid-range that he doesn't need to be up close. He can play that neutral game much better than most people.
All right, great.
That's exactly what I'm talking
look at that whip punish
exactly.
right there.
So he can afford to take his time.
Oh,
yeah, you're way too advantaged to get a grab. Come on, man, you're like plus 20 something. But in any case, Brentt takes the round. It's not like he hasn't had rounds. He's gotten a round in each game so far.
Anti-airs him out of the air. Keeps going. Wow, counter hit, crouching strong in the stand. Look at this pressure that he has. Oh, and the stun just like that. And the beautiful confirms by KBrad. Wow, that's punishable.
Well, not very well.
Not the way. Maybe he wanted back medium punch instead of neutral medium punch.
At least for Brentt, he's out of the corner.
Oh, jeez. Just KBrad right now, the quote disrespect. He's just hitting so many buttons.
Well, he can afford to go in. He has a lot of life. As you said, Cammy can't take more than a couple hits, but you can take one. And he could have taken one there. He didn't, but he could have. And so he's willing to pressure.
Gets the confirm into the corner, but no wake-ups that time. He was trying to bait something from Brentt.
There's so many runs out of Brentt, and KBrad has dealt with that all right, so I'm kind of confused as to why that's still coming off for Brentt.
Brentt not expecting the cross under that time, uses the V reversal, tries to get out. Oh, just only a jab out of the air for minor punish on that whiff from Brentt, but he's out of the corner. Here we go, opportunity, but yeah, into the critical art. This is going to be very close now. Let's see if Brentt has anything that he can pull out of the tank. He has all
so
that meter,
quickly.
but
KBrad was there
went
immediately.
right back in.
Cammy wins.
So again, Brentt takes the round, but KBrad takes the game. 3-0 so far.
Yeah, and it's been pretty close. Like you said, it's been 3 rounds every single time, but KBrad has been clutching it out every single time. So now, yeah, 3-0. I mentioned this in the set with Nasser earlier. That's a tough place to be in to start right away. It's just to go down 3-0.
Again, that run, and like I said, KBrad consistently has teched it or even poked in between. Pressuring now.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta be big. Gotta be good work. It is. It is. Saves the trigger. There it is, though.
Oh, looks like he's...
I'm not real sure what that was about. What was he looking for?
Yeah, because even if she uppercut, I feel like that would have hit a jump back like that. So I'm not sure what it was that Brentt was trying to bait.
Was he trying to bait a V reversal? Did she have it at the time?
Oh, maybe that's what he was trying to bait.
That actually might have been it.
Yeah. Because that is definitely the way to do that then, is to jump back right after a jump attack like that.
That's I'm sure that's what it was after having thought about it a bit. So I like that idea, but just, I guess, thinking a bit too far ahead.
Okay, so here we go. Maybe it's time to throw in some Nasser Shoryus into the mix here. That might throw KBrad off just a little bit. Oh, boy.
Right into the gut.
Saved in the second half. There's that V reversal from Ken. Very hard to stop. Oh, wow. But a little... Yeah, sometimes that misses. Sometimes that strong, I'm sorry, V-skill into fierce misses. Okay,
great block. But this is a really bad situation. Yeah, he wants to keep trigger in that situation, knowing that that's his best chance at a comeback. On the other hand, he could have used the V meter for V reversal to get Cammy away and get his stun bar down, but then his comeback factor is much worse, and he wasn't going to get trigger again before he died. So tough decision. I understand it, but just didn't work out as he wanted it to. KBrad wins without losing around that time.
Yep, up 4-0 now. And now look at this, jumping over fireballs with some great damage.
We really hadn't seen too many fireballs. Again, you see what I mean? KBrad consistently is challenging that well. There has to be something else there for Brentt. It can't just be runs.
Oh, and a misconfirm is going to get himself punished. That target combo was definitely negative on block. Okay, tries to get in. Oh, there we go. He gets the throw bait. Gets the confirm into the uppercut. But again, KBrad, he has just been right on his wake-up situation so often. He has not been hitting buttons.
Oh, no. Was the intention EX Fireball into V-Trigger? Or was it EX Dragon Punch in the first place? I don't know.
It probably was supposed to be EX Fireball into Trigger, I would imagine. So.
Okay, here you go. A big part of this, though, is KBrad dominating the footsie game, and I know that that's not necessarily Ken's game to play, but he does have counter pokes, and yet Brentt hasn't really done that. This, though, is great pressure.
Yeah, I was about to say, go for the third throw, do it. And that's perfect, because KBrad, it's the exact same thing as what was going on with Nasser earlier, you know, except the opposite now. I don't feel like Brentt was convincing KBrad to do anything on his wake up enough. But now that he's got him with those 3 throws in a row, oh, see, and those 3 throws led to that standing fierce.
Okay. Getting back, resetting the situation. No anti-air.
So scary to anti-air that.
It's also so scary to know that if KBrad hits you with any fierce or medium kick, just about, he is going into drill. And you know that the margin of error on your side is small.
Right.
Look at that gray damage. You see that?
Oh! Kenneth Bradley.
Not even into drill into super, not even into dragon punch into super. Oh, that said, Brentt could definitely take this. He's about to get super. Nope, spent it on that. Doesn't matter. Next hit, it's gonna kill.
Oh, that just missed. KBrad went with the wrong uppercut. Had he had done the roundhouse one, that probably would have taken it. That probably would have hit. Unfortunately, it looked like he did the light one, or was that EX? Because the EX one has much less horizontal range than the other uppercuts. In any case, that is going to allow Brentt to get his first game. It is 4-1. Let's see if Brentt can start on the road for a comeback. Nice, once again confirmed.
Okay, KBrad back to doing what he wants to do. Even that, I don't know if that's gonna dissuade him. Yeah, right back to the level.
Oh, and baits it out. Yeah, baits out the uppercut from Brentt, and so here's some huge damage. Activates feed trigger, keeps the second half. Oh boy! Speaking of big damage, all the way into the corner.
KBrad took the risk. That was it. That was the round. If that had been blocked, that would have been it.
That was only the second time I feel like he's done wake-up uppercuts. So again, KBrad is just doing a really good job using that just very sparingly to make it so that Brentt logically can't try to bait it out too much. You know what I mean? Because KBrad's not doing it a lot, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities by trying to bait that out. Oh, he stayed in the front.
Right, that Brentt was looking for the other side. That was V reversal, but it was baited, and KBrad got the grab.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that is a big drop because now...
Oh, interrupted, but not to the death. That's it, though. Yeah, nice work, nice work. What can you say about that other than nice work?
Yeah. Low forward, V-trigger activation at that. Can only connect into the uppercut afterwards, but that's all it took for KBrad to go up 5-1 now.
Fifth win for player
Can you do super there instead?
Yeah, you can do super.
Okay,
Super is ridiculously fast.
right.
All right, good hit confirm on the crush counter.
Hey, nice read by Brentt. That's gonna be stun.
Like I said, it's hard to bait that out from KBrad, but great stuff on Brentt there to successfully do so.
Nice work. Not enough. Overhead blocked correctly. KBrad is still dangerous.
I know.
Oh, especially when that comes.
Oh, and he gets the full combo on the ground, and he gets a throw. Oh man. Oh, that's.
Oh yeah, could have just swept.
Yeah, he should have just swept. That's
nice. I love that fireball. That was so smart.
the V trigger cancel as well.
But that was a fireball. Understanding that KBrad was likely to try to bait the DP, so instead fireball has more horizontal range.
Okay, it's the second time Brentt tried to do that air Tatsu. He missed it the first time. Oh, got the low forward. I don't think that was a true hit confirm. Full combo off of that, but you know what? He'll take it. Gets another hit. That's stun.
So
yeah,
good.
there you go. There you go.
That game was everything for Brentt.
That is how Ken wants to win.
And he has 2 games, 5-2, just like that. Look, if KBrad is going to win the mid-range, KBrad is going to win the neutral game, that doesn't mean that he's going to win this set. It's a big part of it, but on the other side, if Ken is just getting right on the mix-ups, then that's all that he really needs. I mean, of course, he has to be in that position in the first place, but as long as he's capitalizing 100% when he's in, that could be the game.
Nice counter sweep there from Brentt. Oh, ran right into a dive kick.
Nice. Dealing with that a little bit better now. KBrad, though, still in here.
There's that throw mix-up that he was having so much success with early on. I like that. You know, as soon as he saw KBrad. Oh!
No.
Well,
Gotta be
punish.
something.
Yeah, that's huge. One more mix-up now.
Again, all Ken needs is to take advantage of opportunities like that. He can take any set.
What a throw tech from KBrad. What a throw tech. And then he baits Brentt into a throw tech. Wow, great defense. Turning it directly into offense. But that's the thing. When Brentt went for that cross-up in the corner and KBrad blocked it, more likely there's going to be a throw afterwards because you want to re-corner the player. You know, once you're in that situation.
Brentt, so insistent on moving, and then as soon as he thought, okay, I better just hang out, KBrad goes in for the grab. That's such a good understanding of what his opponent's likely to do, and a great recovery round, and a great recovery game. Just like that, KBrad regains the momentum.
All right.
So game 8 going to KBrad.
6-2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Still definitely not out of range. I mean, we've seen some of those matches. That last one that Brentt won was very convincing. So if he can keep that going, and he's winning the neutral until right there with KBrad with the ridiculous whip punish. And there's that anti-dive kick fireball again.
It's not always going to work. Great blocking. Oh, and then I love the counter poke timing. KBrad understanding too that Brentt really wanted to get away. Too many Kens in this matchup.
Yeah, I know. That's confusing. We got Ken character and Ken the player. Okay, there we go. Gets a throw now.
So he backed off. He didn't want to take the risk. Just safe stuff from far away. Although, you know, like I said, I do feel like this is a big part of Brentt's game. Not easy to do in the Cammy matchup, but in other matchups, he really likes to make it work.
Oh boy, what a whip. What a hit confirm from KBrad. Okay, that's minus, but neither of them did anything.
Okay, that's just about getting out. Really wants something, just a wall. That's KBrad's intention.
Oh, and he just does it.
Bet the round.
Yep, but I like it. I like it.
Gotta do it sometimes.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumping at the start, and then interesting timing on the EX. KBrad, oh, wow, first time he's missed like that. And so does Brentt, and again! There were 3 big chances for Brentt to get things going.
Oh, wow. Great reactions from KBrad, and now he's going to get that another EX dive kick. Punishes the... Oh! Is he going...
Intentional? I don't know. That might have just been drilled and he screwed up.
Nice. Gets himself out of the corner with that. Oh, man.
But that's, like I said, right? You know, whenever he hits Fierce on you and it connects, he's really likely to do drill. He's or Dragon Punch. He's like really likely to do that. So you know that you can't like play around too much in those frame traps. Because if you get hit, it's gonna be something. He can see it.
Trying to get out of there with that V reversal, but even that fast V reversal wasn't fast enough. What a jump roundhouse.
Beautiful.
Okay.
But very nice by Brentt too.
Run unintentionally avoids it. Yeah, KBrad is starting to read that Brentt wants to get out of the corner with EX Air Tatsu all the time. That's punished.
Yeah, Run. You know, Run just hasn't cut it. KBrad's style of play is so good. You know that he can react well, and Run is something that is reactable. And so he does it, right? He'll press buttons, he'll tech, he's done both of those things. For Brentt, you can tell that he doesn't feel comfortable in the footsies matchup. Right, so he's either playing far away or doing something like Tatsu to get in. But in this mid-range, well, he's doing it right now. This is actually looking good. But in general, this has been a losing proposition for him.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not even sure if it's necessarily Brentt's fault. I do think Cammy wins this footsie match very well.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's his fault. Oh, boy. But just the way that it's going is that he's avoided that game. Just patience. Brentt just wanting to get away.
Oh, did you see that perfect wait, walk forward, and then crouching medium punch from KBrad. Perfect timing to get the counter hit.
And very nice timing on the anti-air. Okay, in there. You see what I'm talking about? Any of those fierces could be the knockdown.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he's going to get in and gets the full link into target combo. That was kind of a situation like we were talking about last matchup, where Nasser had a great round, and we were like, oh, if he still loses this one, it would be, it would be painful. And that's exactly what I felt like just happened there for Brentt. He had such a life lead. He was playing that ground game really well, had those stand roundhouses, and then KBrad took it anyway.
Right. Oh, okay, nice. Here comes Brentt now, and just like that, KBrad interrupting things, and not even in a traditional way. Jump into air EX. Nothing invincible about that, but he just had the right timing.
Oh, wow, just barely clipped the toes. again.
He has
KBrad
such good
is not-
expectations.
Yeah, he's been ready for that all day.
Like I said, this is somebody who just beat Daigo Umehara over the weekend. This is top level.
What? I'm gonna call shenanigans on that
okay.
one.
Oh, Dragon Punch!
Oh!
He hadn't done it in that situation.
KBrad
And it
up
worked.
8-2. Wow, KBrad has just been looking so dominant here at the King of the Hill.
Round 1.
Yeah, he really is.
Can he sweep this?
I don't
Can
see
he
why
get
not.
4 weeks? All 4 weeks? I mean, he's already 2 of them in here. This would be the 3rd one. He finished the 4th week earlier. Okay. Gets
Brentt
in there.
has to make this up-close style work. That's since the mid-range is not really there, and since KBrad's offense is so great, for Brentt, the only solution, it seems, is to play sick offense, but KBrad's defense is really good, too.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can see right now the pressure is becoming so strong that Brentt is using a lot of his V gauge for V reversals, which means he doesn't have that V.
Okay. Great. Oh, no, Brentt!
Oh, Brentt.
Oh,
Brentt.
this would be a real tough situation, but he does get the anti-air. Does get the round after all.
But like I said, he's that weakness that Cammy has, that he takes so much damage,
Fight.
is getting mitigated by the fact that Brentt keeps using his meter for V reversals to get KBrad off of him.
Right.
So he can't do the V trigger damage. Okay, here we go. Big damage time.
No, not canceled!
Okay, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
I honestly,
But
James,
that
I don't
should-
like
yeah,
that.
that should have been stunned.
Right, it wasn't stun because he canceled into super instead. If he had let the Dragon Punch hit, that would have been into stun and into death. So now KBrad has a chance,
Oh boy.
and especially with super, trigger's already ready. And he's just playing to get in and find something. He does find something! Not
like
super yet, of
this.
course.
Not like this.
Anything will do. There it is, crouching
Oh,
strong.
there it is, crouching medium punch. And yeah, that was scary times right there for Brentt because KBrad's sitting on that full critical art. Any confirm would have went into that, and that would have been the end of that round. But Brentt manages to take it. Gets his 3rd game. It's 8-3
Round 1.
in favor of KBrad.
Fight.
What a start, dashing.
Okay.
KBrad taking advantage. Keep in mind his Dragon Punch is from the previous game.
Oh, that's going to be huge damage. And into the corner.
That's such a good understanding that Brentt was likely to back off. Wake up, jump. Look at this movement. No confirm there, very rare. Can't be 100%.
Oh boy. Brentt is cool missing that air Tatsu.
Oh, this can be big. Nice conversion.
Yeah.
That was max range for that.
Same thing again. Wake up, jump. That is definitely something that I've seen Cammy players do before. Oh boy. Yeah, I've seen Cammy players do that a lot. In fact, I know Aliun was that's actually something he did a lot in Street Fighter 4. He would just wake up an EX dive kick and it would catch you when, oh, how did that uppercut miss? But it did, and now he's gonna get an uppercut blocked. So bad start in this round here for Brentt.
Yeah, I'll say stun. Yes. This is all KBrad. The ground is there, the approach is there, the understanding on his wake up and his opponents. I like the idea.
Yeah, he was
It's just a
trying to
little
punch
late,
it,
but I
yeah.
like the idea.
Alright, so what's the mix-up now?
Fake thunder kick. A lot of blocking going on. A lot of great damage lost.
Okay, this could still be Brentt's game. Oh, but
He saw that mix-up before, but the overhead does it. So just as KBrad won a round that Brentt seemed to control so well, Brentt does the same.
Final round. Fight.
okay, just tries to run in for the throw, but nice throw tech from KBrad. Both of them sitting on full critical art, so any hit right now can turn into big damage. Do they decide to spend the meter? Yes, KBrad does. He spends a little bit on that EX dive kick.
No.
Oh, that miss. Some unfortunate stuff happening.
Shout outs to short Cammy, but a miss from KBrad.
Yeah, but Brentt has been dropping a lot of those combos, so nice to see him confirm that one and convert it.
Oh, what a read. KBrad is so strong right now. Super. Oh,
Oh, he's gonna save it.
well, it's gonna work out.
Oh, I
Wake
don't
up
know if
fireball.
that was-
Wake up fireball V trigger probably expecting the Cammy to be
yeah,
for the
you're
front.
right, you're right, you're right. course, you can't actually cancel that fireball in the V-trigger unless it hits very early on, whether block or hit. If the fireball whiffs, there is no V-trigger cancel. It is 9-3 now.
Yeah.
Round one.
Yeah, you saw the look on Brett's face there in between the matches. He was in between the games. He was just shaking his head, kind of had that true salty face on, you know.
Well, a lot of the things he wants to do just haven't been working out.
Wake up jab that time from KBrad.
Like I said before, regardless of what other things happen in the match, if Ken's mix-ups up close are working out, then he's going to win because he's just such... He has so much damage, but that's not been the case. Instead, it's been KBrad with excellent defense, and not even just, you know, teching and whatnot. It's been active stuff, wake up jump, you know, wake up buttons, wake up dragon punch sometimes, wake up dash, all sorts of stuff.
Okay, counter hit. Gets the double uppercut. Oh, he's going to be able to convert off of that. There you go. So Brentt.
Like, that's what I was just talking about, right? Cammy can control things, and Ken can still win. It's possible. Nice damage. And corner control. Expecting Dragon Punch, I think, or what? I don't know, but in any case, KBrad got his own crouching medium kick. Oh. Lots of little interruptions. There's the confirm, though.
Ooh, didn't get that holding. Wasn't a counter hit on that stand light kick. Again, wake up EX fireball. It's just something that he seems too insistent on going to. Oh boy. Okay.
This is maybe one hit, maybe two hits away, depending.
But great patience from KBrad. Knew Brentt wanted the hit. Knew he wanted the hit so badly that he was willing just to block. And no throws from Brentt. So KBrad's decision was right. And then he just jumps over the fireball raw.
There have been so few fireballs, so it's impressive that he would get that exact timing. Just waiting for it, just hanging.
Yeah. And you know what? He's standing at that optimal distance. I always said if you want to uppercut someone when they jump at you, stand at their optimal distance for it. Oh, boy.
KBrad is looking like he's about to close this out. This is match point. He's very close now. Brentt needs a big change. Okay, he was looking for a shimmy backwards. Didn't come.
Counter hit again.
Oh, short Cammy. If that had been Zangief, that would have hit it 3 times. But Cammy, no. Seriously, jab. And just, that's such a strong and clever idea. The whiff, and that's going to be it. KBrad ends up taking it. It's 10-3. You know what? You mentioned it before, but each time KBrad has come up here, each time he's been here at King of the Hill, he's won, and not only won, but won impressively.
Right. And right there at the end of that round, I know that, you know, all Ken players watching just grimaced when they saw that counter hit crouching medium punch. Because that counter hit pushes him too far away and then the back strong doesn't reach anymore. I know that is so frustrating for Ken players.
Well, KBrad ends up taking it again over Brentt. Brentt had beaten Nasser earlier today in his own very convincing fashion. In fact, you know what? I look at it now and it was the same score. It was 10-3 for Brentt over Nasser, and then it was 10-3 for KBrad over Brentt. KBrad controlled the neutral game a lot. KBrad was able to defend actively and accurately as he woke up, and he was able to pressure well. Let's go over to talk to James with the players.
All right, I'm here with Brentt and KBrad, of course. Let's start with you, Brentt. So that was a 10-3 set there in favor of KBrad. What can you take away from that match?
It actually went kind of like I was expecting, just like the relentless pressure. Never really let me breathe. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough. I was trying to make the decision of like, do I want to V-reversal him off but lose my V-trigger? Because, you know, Ken does a lot of damage, and against Cammy he needs it, you know. So I just was kind of like confused maybe, or doing it at the wrong times. Yeah.
So both of the SoCal Trinity members were taken out by Cammy players. Yeah. You mentioned you felt like the match was slightly in Cammy's favor. I mean, do you still feel that way, having gone up against KBrad here?
Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely showed me exactly what I was thinking. I mean, I should have jumped back teched more. I've practiced it, but it's not instinct yet. Yeah. So, I mean, that was big. His shimmies were on point. His confirms were on point. In a first to 10, I think he maybe did like 3 spiral arrows on block. So it's very hard to play against that when you can't fool them or can't bait them to put it out. So
All right. Well, here we're next to the now 4-time champion here for King of the Hill. What keeps you so consistent in these first to 10 sets?
So in tournament, you can't really try certain things because you only get 2 games, right? Or even in 3 out of 5. In the first to 10, I started at the beginning. I was like, let me see if I rush down like heavily, if he'll burn his V reverse. That's all I was thinking in my head. I was like, let me see if he'll burn his V reversal, and then if he burns his V reversal, I'm gonna play that way the entire set. But then he wasn't burning it, and he was getting like when he had his V trigger, I was super scared. So I was like, no, I'm gonna just keep rushing in, dude. I need you to burn your V trigger. And then sometimes I got like baits. I got lucky baits where I backed off. Sometimes my guesses were right on if he would DP or if he wasn't DP. Then later towards the end of the set, like I was getting hit with more DP, so I was like, okay, let me relax. But I think it was I think what was killing Brentt was the beginning. He would dash at me a lot, so I was just buffering low forward all day. So like even when he's nowhere near me, I'm just assuming the dash is coming. So I'm just buffering low forward drill, and that's where a lot of my offense started. So yeah, it was just that.
So outside of that kind of offensive pressure, maybe dashing in a little bit too much, is there any other advice that you would give Brentt in that particular matchup?
I like that. Like if he was playing it like less buttons, because all I was doing was staying away from the roundhouse. I was like, because I think it was a sequence where every game I stuck out low forward and I got crush countered by roundhouse. So I was like, okay, I'm never gonna stick out low forward here. I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna try to whiff punish it every time. So like I think the roundhouse isn't really that good in that match. You know, I think for Ken the match has to be played super slow until you get your V trigger. I think that's just how it is. When I fight Momochi, it's like he plays super slow and then he gets the V trigger. Then he can like run his game. But he can't run his game too much because I win in the neutral for sure. Well, Cammy, she definitely wins in the neutral.
Well, I mean, we just had Capcom Cup this weekend, a very successful event for the U.S. players. Obviously, we had grand finals, but, you know, also you sent Daigo to losers bracket first round, and that was you were down 0-2, and then you eventually took it 3-2. Is there anything about that match that you felt confident in, or did you just what adjustment did you make after going down 0-2?
I'm super confident in my offense because my offense is based off of Cammy is already super strong. Her offense is already really good, and then you put Hickenfrums into the equation, then it's like she's like unstoppable, you know. So she's already too good. And then he was DPing a lot in the first 2 games. So when I played him, I would try to do stand short mix-ups. So I would do stand short, low short, or stand short, throw or something like that. And he always DP'd. I got hit by every single one. So I was like, is he going to keep doing it? So I was like, no, it's Daigo. He's not going to keep doing it. So I was like, oh, he is going to keep doing it. So then I started blocking more, and then I was able to crush counter him, take him to the corner, and then have him guess a lot more. And then he tried to jump out of the corner a lot, and I was punishing that. For the most part, I just punished. I hit confirmed, and I punished his DPs. That's what changed.
Well, now that you have won this week, and are you now looking forward to the next week and see if you could take this whole entire set of 4 weeks?
Oh, that'd be sick. It's next week is the last week, right? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make sure I practice a lot for next week so we can close it out.
All right, cool. Well, thank you to both of the players. Really well done by both of you guys. Let's throw it back to David.
Well, there you go. KBrad ends up champion again, King of the Hill again, and Brentt reclines in the couch. Upset. Well, you can see who's coming up next week from Northern California. That's Pavocado on the left there. Pavo, a strong Mika player from Northern California, has had some success. Very fun to watch. A lot of cool ideas about how to play the character. So that'll be certainly fun to watch. But you'll also want to watch his opponent, Stupendous. Stupendous Zangief from Southern California.
Okay.
One of the best Zangiefs certainly in the country. And a really fun guy to watch. Just the way he plays, if you've seen him on Wednesday Night Fights or on his stream, he can play a very clever style of Zangief. It's a really fun style of Zangief to watch. He will take some risks, right? It's not just the grounded, patient Gief. It's a lot of fun. And so I think that matchup, Pavo and Gief, Stupendous Gief, that should be really interesting. You know,
Yeah.
when the game first came out, Mika's thought that
It's a terrible match.
Geef beat Mika, but I don't think that's the case in the end. I think it's at least even, if not slight Mika advantage. So anyway, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. You know, from the player standpoint as well, like you said, Stupendous, just kind of a crowd favorite. But
I think they're both really fun to watch.
Yeah, and Pavo is just, he's kind of a crazy guy. You know, back from Street Fighter 4, we used to play a lot of Balrog and such. So, you know, very, very aggressive kind of player.
That's right. That's right. You can check Twitter.com/ESLSF for all the things that are going on that are going to be going on for ESL when it comes to Street Fighter. And you can also check out this one right here, twitch.tv/UltraChenTV, where tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific, which is in about 3 hours, we are going to be talking about all things fighting games. We're going to talk about news in the fighting game community. We're going to talk about results. Of course, the big one, Capcom Cup just happened. We'll talk all about that.
Right, and in terms of news, the big one, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So
that's right. That's right. And so then, anyway, definitely check that out. That's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to talking about that stuff, actually.
So it'll be on 3 hours, provided traffic lets us get there.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not always ideal here in Southern California, but what can be ideal is if you win a Controller Chaos stick. You can do that by following ESL SF and at Controller Chaos, and you yourself have a chance to win one of those pretty joysticks.
That's right. They give one out to all the champions who have won the King of the Hill here. So again, next week will be the last week for this block here, and it's going to be Pavo versus Stupendous.
And it'll take place on Addis monitors. Zowie by BenQ monitors provided by Addis.
That's
Thanks
right.
for the support.
All right. So great match here. Once again, KBrad has been very, very, very strong. Very solid player here. And he's going to come back next week to defend himself. And if he can take that, actually, he might actually be able to continue his defense all the way through January.
That's right. One more week of this block, and then we're going to come back in January for more. So I'm really excited for more of this next year. I've really enjoyed it so far. We've talked about this rivalry, right? NorCal versus SoCal. We're going to see more of it.
Dude, and that might mean we're going to be on Season 2 of Street Fighter V in January.
I think it definitely does mean that. In fact, Capcom has said that comes out December 20th.
That's right.
Pretty soon.
Maybe we'll get some Akuma players coming up in here.
That'd be pretty sick.
Raging demoning some people here. So, yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see what happens then. But don't forget, next week is the last week of King of the Hill, and it is going to be a great match. So, and then, yeah, we're coming back in January. So,
all right. Well, thanks a lot for watching us. Hope you have a good night.
All right. Peace out.